Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a revised version of the deep stretches for athletes tutorial. I just got the ability to be able to do videos longer than 15 minutes on YouTube, so I figured I'd take advantage of it. Alright, so like I said, you can do this as a flow. Perfect to do after a workout or on a lighter day when you need lots of deep stretching. Definitely hold these poses for 30 seconds or more to get the full benefits of it. A minute is even better. So we're going to get started here, and Chico's going to be my assistant. So you can do this as a flow or just separately, whatever feels good to your body on a certain day. Doesn't really matter. At least you'll be getting stretches. So I'm going to start out with pigeon pose. And so for that, you want to, there's a few ways to get into pigeon, but the easiest, I would say, or they call this hurdler stretch, be on your hands and knees. And what you're going to do is come up into plank and then take one leg, bend it, take it in front. And what you're going to do is you're going to, if you're on a yoga mat, align with the front of the yoga mat, align your shin, and then go down into it. So you don't want to be completely resting on your whatever side you're on. You want to try to get your hips as equal to the floor as possible. And then, so kind of adjust yourself. Another tip is to put your back foot flat on the floor, and you're going to spin your foot so that the top of your toes, all 5 toes, are pointed down, and you're kind of spinning in, imagine spinning in your leg kind of inward, so that'll like kind of help level your hips a little bit. And the best thing to do is to have your front foot aligned with the front of your mat, like just 90 degrees. But if you can't get there, that's totally fine as well. And also, you could be here, just right on your elbows, totally fine. Or you could go all the way down, depending on your flexibility. And you'll just breathe deeply and think about breathing through your hips. This stretch is targeting your hips, your glutes, and a little bit of your psoas. And for me, the more and more I think about relaxing those muscles, those muscle groups around my hip and my thighs, and the more I think about releasing those, letting those relax, the better the stretch is. Another tip that I didn't tell you at first is to have your front foot flexed, and that's going to protect your knee and your alignment. And come out. You'll come up. I like to take a little bit of a whoo or a twist. And then curl your back toes under, come up into a one-legged plank. And a good thing to do is to kind of give your hips some circulation again by doing some knee circles. And that can be repeated on the other side as well. the best thing to do is to repeat it on the other side. So a lot of times with stretching, if you're new to kind of like deep stretching, whatever, or yoga, what you can do is just remember that when you go to the other side, you get into your position and you're like, ah, shit, that really, really hurts. I'm like so not flexible today. Well, just remember that each side of the body is going to be more flexible or a little either more flexible or more tight. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. And it's just good to remember that either side of your body is going to feel different from the other. So, once you come out of that, another one that I absolutely love, what you can do is you're on all fours. You'll go into downward facing dog. Then what you'll do is you'll take one leg, cross it over the other, and walk back diagonally. And go into a forward bend. And this is really, really good for your IT band. And like I said, hold and breathe here for a good 30 seconds to a minute. And then you can go to the opposite side. And like I said, it's totally fine, whatever level you're at. You could be holding onto your leg, the back of your calf, or on the floor. Up to you, depends on your level of flexibility. And after that, come into a standing forward fold. And for that, you can be with your hands behind your calves or behind your ankles or hands on the floor. And this is an amazing release for your back. Decompresses your spine. Great for the hamstrings. And one you can do that's very easy is take your feet hip width apart, and you'll take your arms, cross them, and hang and bend your knees a little bit. And that'll feel really, really good. And sometimes what I'll do with this is I'll kind of like swing back and forth. And so you'll kind of feel your torso moving a little bit. The sides of the body. And just hang there, totally loose. And from here is a good way to get into the next pose, which is the yogic squat, or full squat, whatever you call it. So you're standing, feet hip width apart, and you just gotta slowly Or you could do it from forward fold. It's easier with forward fold. So either if you're standing up, bend your knees and come down and push your elbows into your knees and try to straighten your back. And if you're coming in from the forward fold to come into the pose, you'll just kind of use your fingertips a little bit to guide your your feet and your legs to get down into the squat. And again, the best thing to do is to have your feet hip width apart. They can be a little bit wider, just for some comfort. You'll feel it a lot in the inner thighs and the groin, but it feels really good, like wow. And you can kind of, again, push your elbows into your knees to give you more traction to keep your spine straight. And that is absolutely amazing, such a good stretch. It's intense, but it's great. And after that, sorry, I was looking at my list. Okay, so after that, it'll be easy for you to get back down on your hands and knees into the cat-cow pose. So for this, I'll turn sideways. You've probably heard of this one before. It's a very basic yoga move. So you'll get down on all fours and you will get down on all fours and you'll bend your spine, arch your back, look up, and then curl your spine like an angry cat. And you'll be pushing, just imagine pushing your shoulder blades up to the ceiling. And just do this a few times while breathing. So like breathe in, breathe out. And this is really, really good for your spine. All right, and like I said, just do that for about 30 seconds to a minute. And so after that, since you'll be in a tabletop position on all fours, the next one is a very amazing shoulder stretch. I don't really know what it's called, but back of the shoulder. It's also a twist for the spine. It's really amazing. What you'll do is you'll take one arm and you'll thread it through underneath the other, and you'll lie down kind of, so you'll touch the back of your head and try to get most of the back of the head on the ground, back of the shoulder on the ground, and you're going to be in a twist. This is absolutely amazing for the spine, and you'll have to do that on both sides. Ooh, excuse me. So again, on all fours, one arm threads down through the other, back of the shoulder, back of the head as much as you can on the ground, and you're twisting your spine. And you'll feel a nice pull in the back of the shoulder. and then come out of it. You'll push through your top hand. So push through the hand that's flat on the floor and uncoil yourself. And there's that. And so the next one is another one for the inner thighs. It's called the frog stretch. So what you'll do is, I'll go to the side again. So if you're on a yoga mat, this is the easiest way to get what I'm talking about. So, or imagine yourself on a yoga mat. So if you're on a yoga mat, what you'll do is you'll face the long ways and you'll take your legs and kind of, like I said, it's like a frog stretch. So you will spread your legs out like so. You'll be on the sides of your knees. Feel free to double pad your yoga mat. And you want your shins to line up. So you want a 90-degree bend in the leg. You want your shins to line up with the shorter sides of your mat. And you want your feet to be flexed. And I'm like right up against the door, but okay. So then you'll come down and you'll be sitting back. I feel it already. So once you're in this position, feet flexed, 90 degrees as much as possible in the legs. Sit back, sit back, and you'll feel it. Ooh, it's intense. It feels good though. It's really, really good. And like I said, hold here for 30 seconds to a minute. And wow, woo. Oh my gosh. I needed that apparently. And to come out of that, what you'll do is come onto your hands, walk your feet into, closer to your butt, and kind of come up to a sitting stance. That'll help. Just be very careful with those knees. And, okay. So this next one, excuse me. Next one is called the hero pose. So for this one, what you'll do is, so if you were in the frog stretch and you're doing this as a flow, come up to sitting on your feet, on your heels, and what you'll do from there is separate your knees and your feet so they're right on the outside of your hips. And what you're going to do is push back. So start like this. And what I would say for not very flexible people, you'll come down to, trying to get in the shot, you'll come down to your elbows for this, and that'll be plenty. That'll seriously be plenty. And so this stretches your psoas and your quads. Absolutely amazing stretch. And remember to keep your tailbone tucked under. And if you are flexible, the full expression of the pose is all the way down. So your shoulders, your upper back hits the floor, and you'll lie down like this. And this is an intense pose, so definitely just relax your quads, relax your thighs, just relax as much as possible and breathe. And then come out. Place your hands on your feet and your elbows underneath your shoulders. Kind of push onto your feet to come up. Oh. Making a lot of noises today. All right. So, hero pose, double pigeon. Double pigeon. So, start in a seated position, and what you'll do is you'll take, so it's kind of like when we were doing pigeon before. If you're on a yoga mat, make sure your front shin is aligned with the shorter end of your mat. Flex your foot, and what you want to do is line up ankle to knee, knee to ankle, ankle to knee. So what do I mean by that? So have your bottom knee and your bottom foot on the ground, parallel to the end of your mat. Take your top leg, ankle over the knee, knee over the ankle. It aligns, right? And so again, flex that one. And you may be way up here in the air, or you could be a little bit more flexible and have the knee come down. Of course, the goal is to have your knee come right down over your foot. Not everybody is there, totally fine. But you want those aligned. And this is going to stretch the hips in a different way. Again, hip stretches, ooh, they're amazing. And they're really, really important for athletic people in general. Very important to keep your hips healthy. So yeah, double pigeon. You can be up here, you can be chilling here. Your knee could be way up in the air. Doesn't really matter. You're still getting a stretch as long as you're focusing on trying to relax that knee down. Or you can bend forward, so you can walk your hands forward and come down. And you'll really feel that. So really, really nice stretch. I like to even, you could just rest over, grabbing onto your elbows, and you'll really feel it. You'll really feel it in the hips. I really feel it. I'm very tight today. And again, on the other side, so you'll come out, take top leg, bottom leg, and we'll cross them the other way. So bottom leg, shin parallel to the front of your mat, top leg over, knee to ankle alignment. And again, flex those feet. And try to release your hips as much as possible, relax them. And you can bend forward. You can sit up here, you can cross your arms over and just feel that weight. It's gonna open you up. And like I said, 30 seconds to a minute. And, okay. Like I have to look. So, this is something that it looks kind of funny, but it's really beneficial. It's beneficial to anyone, even if you're not somebody who works out a lot, athlete, whatever. Head and neck roll stretches. For this, you want to start just in a comfortable seated position, and I like to start with just simple neck stretch. So what you'll do for that is you'll take one arm, put it over your ear on one side, and make sure you relax this shoulder. So try to get it away from the ear. Then you'll pull your head down to that side, and then reach the other arm out to the other side. And you'll feel this stretch. And even without doing that, what you can do is you can kind of go over, like pull your neck over to one side. Keep this shoulder down as much as possible. And what you can do is kind of explore the range of motion. And what you'll do is you can go down and you'll feel a stretch. You can go this way, you'll feel a stretch in a different direction. I'm feeling more so in the back here when I look diagonally down. More so in the front here when I'm looking diagonally up. That'll help you when you're doing a neck roll. So what you'll do is you'll start down, then to the side, very slowly, around. Try not to jam it in the back. And you can stop at any particular spot. No. And then my dog barks every time I make these videos. Chico, no. Chico, come here. Come here. Come here. Look, baby. Look, baby. Look, baby. And now he runs away from me. No barking. Shh, shh. No, there's no one there. Chico is very protective of me. Shh. No. 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 No barking. I'm watching you. Okay. So, like I said, so you have to be very careful with your neck here. So when you look down, try not to be like, ugh, you know, like be very gentle. Gentle down, gentle to the side, gentle to the back, especially because I feel like people can overextend and be like, ugh, you know. So don't do that. Just be very gentle when you're going around with your neck. And you can stop in different spots like I was showing you before. Just having your neck to one side and going down and up like that. When you're doing a circle and you're going down and around and you're like, oh, this feels very tight here. Hold in that spot. Breathe into it and just hold it there for a little bit because that's really, really going to help and you're going to feel so much better. So yes, like I said, so you can transition, like I said, from that first stretch, just staying here, to just going from side to side and feeling out the neck, and then the roll, which you'll get all corners, and that'll feel really good. So, okay, and then this is kind of a no-brainer, but forearm stretch. So I feel like we all kind of get tense in our forearms, especially if we're doing computer work, sitting at a desk all day. So just stretch out your forearms like that, and that can feel really, really good. Yeah, pretty simple stuff, right? And like I said, just hold there, breathe into it, and it'll feel really nice. And then lastly, really nice one, end on your back, right? So, guess I'll come around this way. Go onto your back. Knees will be up. Feet underneath your knees. And feet pretty close to your butt, your hips. Pet your puppy. And then what you'll do is take one leg, cross it over. This is the figure 4 stretch if you've never heard of it. Cross it over, and what you'll do is, see, your legs are in a shape of a 4. So you'll take your arms, put them underneath the bottom leg, and you'll lie back. And what you can do is take your elbow into your knee to kind of push. So you want your top knee to be pushing away, and your bottom knee to be pushing in. So that's another hip stretch. And it feels so good. It's pigeon, but it's on your back, basically. And then of course, do it to the other side. So bottom leg bent, top leg over, flex that foot, put your arms underneath, lie back, and resist with the top leg. And you'll really feel it. So nice. So good for you. All right. And so that concludes all the stretches that I absolutely love. Deep stretches. Remember, hold them there for 30 seconds to a minute, maybe even more if you can. Deep stretches for yogis and athletes alike and puppies. And stay tuned for more videos and subscribe to my channel. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. Bye. Is that 8 bit, Chico?